Morning, it's the 2nd of March and I'm on the Castlereagh Road. That's the Loop Studios across the road, and they've just set up in the last 10 years, and they've had a number of big films, Dracula, The Untold Story, etc, etc. But I'm not here to talk about, there's Littles, and they're setting up all over the place, very popular. I'm not here to talk about Littles or the Loops Studios. I'm here to talk about buying an electric car, or even considering buying an electric car. And there's an awful lot of things you do need to consider. And everybody thinks that, you know, it's a good idea to go green and save the planet and all this, you know, yeah, that's a good idea, and lower our carbon emissions. But there's major problems with this, and in 2030 we're told that petrol cars will not be available to buy new. Now we're 7 years away from that. 7 years. And here's the big, you know, the big problem. Number one, the price of these electric cars is just phenomenal. You know, for the cheapest electric cars, you're going to pay 30,000 plus. And if you buy a cheap one, well, that's a great idea. But then your range, your mileage on one charge is going to be cut way down. So you have to buy, you know, a good electric car, a top of the range one. If you're going to buy that, you're going to be paying 50,000 plus. You know, who's got that kind of money? Who has got that kind of money? I don't. The most expensive car that we have ever bought was a second-hand, is the second-hand car that we have at the minute, and it cost well under £10,000. The next major problem is infrastructure. Here in Northern Ireland, how many outdoor electric charge points do we have? There's 2 over there. And they're fast chargers, so you pay extra money, or rapid chargers. But you still have to wait. So how many, any kind of charger, outdoor charger, are there available in Northern Ireland at the minute? Well, it's barely over 300 for the entire province, which is, you know, we're coming up on what, 1.5 to 2 million, and many of those will be car owners and drivers relying on cars for their business, for their shopping, to leave the kids off to school, to get from A to B. The problem with the chargers is you arrive at a charger and somebody else is sitting in the bay, so that you have to join a queue, or you arrive at the charger and it's not working, or the charger is some distance away. So, you know, if you live in country areas, how are you going to get to a charger if your car's run down? And I'm over at Forside, one of the most popular shopping centres, malls or whatever you want to call them, in Belfast. And to accommodate all those shoppers, it has oodles and oodles of parking spaces. It's got a multi-storey down and underneath, of course. for those who want to avoid the rain. But outdoor car parking, and then we've got home base down here, and we've got you know, Harry Curry's and Smith's and Curry's and stuff like that, and Burger King. So there's a lot of car parking going on here, and at Christmas this place is absolutely bummed, can't get moving. And I was asking one of the Forsyth security men, has Forsyth got any electric car charging points? And he told me they don't. I mean, they don't. And we're expected to go electric from 2030 on. Who has 45 minutes to an hour or more to sit around waiting with their car to be, you know, waiting for it to charge? Who has this kind of time? Time is of a premium. Another big problem about electric cars is the variable mileage range you're going to get. You know, you stick on your CD player and your heater in cold weather, and you're driving uphill. Well, your range is going to be severely affected, cut down, and this gives rise to range problems. People worried about whether they're going to make it home or not. What about the battery? We're told that electric cars are green. Well, are they? The lithium is mined in all sorts of countries around the world, but it's not environmentally friendly. It's difficult to mine. It's expensive to mine. Lithium is notoriously difficult to mine, and it's notoriously difficult to recycle. Apparently the carbon footprint required to produce an electric car initially is massive. And is it even offset during that car's lifetime? The batteries, once they reach the end of their 10 years, are extremely difficult to dispose of. They will be creating an environmental problem. And these batteries are extremely expensive. And I'm afraid they're prone to fire. They can go on fire at the drop of a hat. Another wee problem with the electric vehicle is we're told it can't pull a caravan. Basically, it can't tow anything because it affects the battery. The battery makes the car double the weight of a normal car. So a normal car is about 1 ton, and an electric car is 2 tons. Now think of the damage that's going to do to our roads. We're told that electric cars are, you know, low maintenance because there's fewer components to, you know, moving components about them, and that might be the case. But what happens if you're in an accident? Can you know, you're going to have to get your car transported, because you can't push them, or you can't. I don't believe that you can tow them either. I'm going to fix these. Again, the infrastructure is not there. You know, with plenty of accidents, and any accident that you have is going to affect the battery, because the battery runs the length and breadth of the car underneath your seat. So that's going to be damaged in any crash. So your car is basically going to be a write-off, and you're going to have to buy a new one. Only the big garages are going to be able to cope. I'm talking about the massive dealership garages are going to be able to cope with fixing electric cars. the local man at the end of your street is not going to be able to do it, and he's going to be thrown out of a job. I mean, I'm just Joe Bloggs, I'm nobody. But even I can see, I don't know all the facts and figures and everything else, but even I can see there's going to be huge problems with this. And I'm thinking of myself and my family in years to come. You cannot rely on outdoor public chargers. You know, you just can't do it. So you're going to have to install a home charger, and a home charger is going to be more money. You're talking anything between £500 and £1,000 to install a home charger, depending on who you get. But what do you do? And you want a home charger, and you live in flats, or you live in high-rise, or you live in a terrace where car parking space is at a premium, and you find you can't even park in front of your own house. Then there's problems even in installing a charger at your home. There's all sorts of add-ons and conditions that you have to meet. So the whole thing has got more than teething problems here, and time is rolling on. I just can't see how this is going to work. And everybody I talk to, anybody that I know, they have not bought an electric car because of the reasons that I have cited. You're taking a trip to Donegal, you don't know whether you're going to reach Donegal. You don't know where you're going to have to stop. Yes, you can look online and look at a certain app, but you don't know whether the charger is going to work whenever you arrive there at an unearthly hour. So, what's it all about, folks? And are we going to be able to drive in 10, 15 years' time? Are we going to be priced out of the market? Is driving going to be for the elite? Or are electric cars going to be simply for the a novelty for the rich man? There may be problems ahead, as the man said. Sorry about that wee rant, but I've been thinking about this for some time, and it's no use burying your head in the sand. And these are more than teething problems. Everything is against these things. Okay, see you soon.